How's the trunk space?
I used to have, and no bullshit, and I think every black person has a auntie that smiles just like that. Hey, baby, come on over here, give me some sugar. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. Man, y'all know I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. It is the aspiration for every black dude out there to reach Denzel level. Denzel is actually a goal in life. He's not just a man, he's a goal. At least to a certain point. Because y'all remember when Denzel, I say remember. Y'all remember when Denzel used to be smooth, used to be suave, used to be sexy. Yeah. You know, that was supposed to be the final form for a lot of black dudes to reach right there. Sure. You were supposed to reach maximum Denzel at a certain point. At what point did this Negro lose his mind?
What do you mean?
Because I remember he just used to be cool. Look, he'll knock a mother out if he has to, but you know, he was usually kind of sexy and he would just be kind of cool. And then this motherfucker just went out and just started killing people.
Well, here's the thing, because you hear this with a lot of these guys, is that being a leading man is cool for a while because it gets your name out there and gets you money. But if you're a real actor, it gets boring.
Okay, I get it. See, you got a reasonable answer for it. Like, I just like to think along the way, he just lost his fucking mind.
No.
16 seconds.
Just killing people with shot glasses, man.
Well, shit, man. Yeah, you could do a montage just from The Equalizer.
The Equalizer, Man on Fire. Like, at what point did you must have got so much pussy that it's just like, man, I need to do this. I need to do something else to get a thrill. I need to kill people.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to just be a romantic lead. I want to be an action lead.
Man, I get so much ass. That's not even fun no more. I need human blood. At what point did you become Black Punisher? He lost his mind.
Yeah, he's had a bunch of Black Punisher movies at this point.
He really has. The dude is insane. Like, even when he's not killing people, he still can't be straight. Like, he said, you know what? Maybe I should just cool off and just be like, play a fatherly role.
Oh, shit.
Would you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house.
It's like, whoa. Wait a minute. We were just talking. At what point did Denzel lose his shit? And he's still not right. I'm not going to go too much of the movie until actually we get to the trailer and start getting into the review. But this man is haunted by something. And the person that's trying to get him to help him out is hotshot young detective Rami Malek. I forgot his name, the name of the character in the movie.
Oh, I had it earlier.
Yeah, but he's like, look, man, you know, in any other movie, I would be saying, get out of here, old man. I got this.
Right.
You know, this is new blood on this. You had your time. But he's like, no, listen. I mean, I could handle this, but out of respect, I'm going to say, why don't you ride along, come help me out, and you just might know some things that I don't. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't believe in you, but everybody here says you're the best. Except the people that hate you.
Yeah.
And nobody will tell me why.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what your Uncle Remus looking ass did, but I'm gonna believe in you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a chance.
Yeah,
How about
there's a
that?
bunch of girls missing in L.A. County. No one knows anything about the suspect, but these two guys are getting the lead on who this is, except for I don't want to spoil too much, but except for that crazy ass.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's whatever darkness or whatever thing is hunting them is kind of keeping them from going in and cracking this case, and they're the best people who can do it. What is happening with these two? Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for The Little Things.
You're not exactly a department favorite.
What?
Things probably changed a lot since you left.
Boy, if you don't open your mouth and talk to me, no wonder you can't solve this case.
Just have a little bit of life.
Man, God damn, no wonder you can't get no leads. Can nobody understand what the fuck you talking about?
I'm really bad at interrogation. They never answer my questions.
Goddamn, Detective Droopy over here.
You must really like my car.
How's the trunk space?
Room enough to put you in there. If you don't get that goddamn light out of my face right now. I used to have, and no bullshit, and I think every black person has a auntie that smiles just like that. Hey, baby, come on over here, give me some sugar.
I just figured it's to keep the false teeth from falling in. It just was one of those good polygrip days.
How many of y'all got a black auntie that look just like that? Hey, baby, come on over here, come on and give Aunt Mabel some sugar real quick. All right, honey. Auntie Denzel.
What do you want? I want to nail them. For who? For all of the girls he killed.
The trifecta of Academy Award winners in there. So you would think like with 3 Academy Award winning actors in there carrying this movie, it's going to be a great film. Well, we'll see. I tell you what, if this feels familiar, it does kind of feel slightly, very slightly, like another Denzel Washington movie that was out there a while back.
Back until I work the crime scene, okay?
Detective Lincoln Rhyme was New York City's leading forensic cop.
Damn!
Until an accident disabled his body.
Brother, you should not have a head. Unless they...
Aw, damn.
Unless they sewed your head back on. You should not have a head right now.
Do a sequel where his head is in a fishbowl.
Until an accident disabled his
You
body
mad?
and destroyed his spirit.
9286.
And you know what? That's the Bone Collector. This seems like this is the sequel, and years later, he's still bitter. He's still mad. And that's the thing with this movie, man. I would tell you that with this film, we don't really have any clips because they didn't provide anything for this but the trailer. But I tell you, the thing with the movie that brings you into it, if anything, is going to bring you into it at first. And this is not talking about when you get later into the film, but I think one of the things that really I appreciate about it is the setup, because the setup for the movie, they got you wondering what's going on with Denzel. He's walking around moping all over the place. He gets back to the precinct, and when he gets over there, no one likes him, man. Oh, and here's the other thing too with Denzel. Because I'm just looking at this picture right here. The first thing that seems wrong is you got Denzel up here in this rent-a-cop jumpsuit. And it's like, you know what? In this movie, he's a deputy. And Denzel don't do no goddamn deputies. No. Denzel is the sheriff in town when he comes in. Mm-hmm. That's what Denzel does. So you looking at this already, it's like, you must have fucked up to be wearing this
glorified security guard uniform.
Paul Blart deputy doodad suit you got on right there. It's like, okay, what did you do that they made you put this suit on? Because Denzel don't wear no suits like that now.
Right. And just how hostile everyone is to him. Well, he's just there, just part of his job. I'm just drop this off. I'm gonna leave. Yeah, you better leave.
Yeah, he returns.
Don't talk to him.
Yeah, no, he returns to the precinct in L.A. and he's cool with everyone. He comes in and first thing he's talking about is like, hey, what's up, Chief? And the Chief's like, what the fuck you doing here? It's like, Jesus, man. He even goes back to some people that like he's talking to one guy, hey, Charlie, how you doing? That's Sergeant Charlie to you right now. I was like, all right, man, what the hell did you do?
Exactly.
What did you
Even the one guy who's nice to him says like, yeah, you know what? Let's go across the street. Let me buy you a cup of coffee so we can talk when nobody's seeing me.
Yeah, he sure did. He had to hide out. So if you have a troubled character, think twice, 3 times, 10 times before you even approach Denzel, because he's so cool. He ain't troubled about shit. I wish I had a clip, and I don't. And I almost wanted to catch it from the screener that I had. But Denzel is a great actor, but he can He cannot contain his cool. This fool is supposed to, and I'm not saying this because I like Denzel.
No,
I'm not saying this because
I know.
man, early on in the movie. Now we talking about Denzel where he went back to L.A. and people been talking shit to him. He's supposed to kind of be, I don't know what's going on with him, troubled about something. But every time he walks into a building, he leads with his hand. And that fool got swagger.
He's got swagger.
Not swagger. That fool got swagger. When he walks in, he leads with that hand.
Yeah.
Let me show y'all something.
They could be talking about him up one side and down the other, and it just rolls off his back.
People, I'm going to show y'all something. This is how Denzel, is this the door right here?
Yeah, that's the door.
This is the door. Let me move it over just a little bit more. I'm going to show y'all how Denzel walks through a door. When he comes into the movie. Let me show y'all something. He does exactly this, y'all. He does this shit. And he's supposed to be troubled. He got papers in his hands, and he does this. Did you see this? Did you see that?
I did. Because the whole time I'm trying to analyze what's going on. All right, they don't like him. Is he fucking with everybody?
Yeah.
Or is he upset, but he's trying not to show them? Or what is going on here?
That hand leads the way before he gets in. Almost like that hand is clearing the way. Hey, y'all, Denzel's in the room. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, ain't nothing bothering this character right here. Ain't nothing troubling him. You know, it's funny, man. Because he don't give a fuck. Whatever happened in the past, whatever's supposed to be bothering him,
the past is the past.
He don't give a fuck no more about that. Mm-hmm. You can look at that picture right there. Ain't nothing bothering. He's at peace. He said, "Shit, if whatever happened was supposed to happen because I did it." Denzel don't make mistakes. To cool him down, to keep him from to like tone his swagger down, they put his ass in a big ass baggy hobo suit.
I know. That was something that bugged me the whole time. It was like, man, why are all his clothes so ill-fitting? All of them.
He looks, I don't care.
A hobo suit, yeah.
He looks like a hobo. The only thing that was missing was that stick with that handkerchief at the end of it. That motherfucker looked like he just hopped off a train. You do start to get, I mean, if we can get past the suits and everything, and we can get past we can get past all the little details that, look, they're not that little things like that. You can look past them if the story is good or if the characters are pretty engrossing.
If what?
Well, I'll get into that a little bit. So because you do get some unsettling things from Denzel because, like I said, we talked about how he's violent. No, the brother in here he's mentally ill. Like
he's obsessive.
I just look at this as like he's mentally ill. I told you he talks to corpses. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers driving down the street and looking at teenage girls while he's driving. He ain't gonna do nothing, but you just don't be staring at people when you drive, especially when you older black man.
Yeah, that whole thing. He's driving, the girl's there, she's smiling at him, kind of winking and stuff. He's smiling back. I'm like, where's this supposed to go?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Giving him that black Annie smile. Yes, hello, girls. Yeah, man, he's driving down the street, staring at teenage girls, which is just a weird scene. And then he's almost like the Sixth Sense. He talks to dead people. Except, now I'm not saying it's something supernatural, but I'm gonna tell you this: look, you just got to see what it is for yourself. He wakes up and there's dead girls rubbing his feet, giving him foot massages. So it's like, all right, this character is actually off. That does kind of keep you wondering what's going on, and kind of keeps you pulled into what story that they have here. I'll tell you what really threw me off, man, was Rami Malek. And it's too bad because these dudes would make a good team. They got the perfect names. Joe and Jim.
Sure.
Jim Baxter and Joe Deacon.
Right. Two very generic white names.
The Joe and Jim show. But
which one is Joe? Which one is Jim? We don't know. We don't know. We change it up every so often.
But Rami Malek in this, man. Rami Malek got these. They don't really show you in any of these scenes here, but Rami Malek got look, I'm not making fun of the guy. I'm not talking about his physical appearance because as far as I'm concerned, he's a handsome guy. But he's got them big ass eyes.
Yes. And odd thing he does with his lips.
Yeah.
It's always sticking out
like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that I don't mind his eyes. I'm not there. Look, use him to good effect. But there's a lot of times he's just staring, especially at the beginning of the movie. He's just staring. There's a part where Denzel walks to the precinct and he stops doing his press conference just to look at Denzel and like, God damn, you sexy. Like he's almost undressing him with his eyes.
Man, boy, put your eyes back in your head. They are. Oh, sorry about that. No, you cool, Gollum. It's fine.
Yeah, it is. Look, his eyes are too big to be staring at people like that, and he's supposed to be the detective. Because when he was staring like that, I was like, is he the killer? And the reason why I say that is because, he's got this. Not only is he staring, but throughout the movie, he has this cold, stoic attitude and demeanor in the delivery of his dialogue. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, very stilted, very dry.
Yeah, it's very dry, and
it almost sounds sarcastic.
Yeah.
And yet I was like, is it?
And the lines between those two are not fun. Between Denzel being crazy and Rami Malek just kind of being just kind of stoic and creepy and all. Oh, thank you. If I got to cut that down right there. Between the both of them, it's just the delivery in their dialogue is just. I'm not gonna say that it's bad dialogue. I'm not gonna say they're bad actors, but it's just so monotone that it's not that good. Things that should be fun. Hey, you want to buy me breakfast? Now, why would I want to do that? Okay, I'll buy you breakfast. All right, 08 sharp. It's like, hurry up and get some breakfast in you so y'all can get some energy and y'all can get these lines delivered with some fucking emotion behind them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Because I understand in spades. I was like, man, there's no chemistry going on with these guys.
Yeah.
The dialogue throughout this movie is bad.
Yes, it is.
It's really bad, and I get that you go like, hey, if we hire good enough actors, they can make you not notice that dialogue is bad.
It's one of the first movies that I've seen. Seriously, because this could have been a cool premise. Mm-hmm. It's one of the first cop killer thrillers that I've seen, or cop/killer thrillers. Cop in pursuit of the killer thrillers. Sure. Where I was more creeped out by the cops than I was by the suspect, because they just weren't between the creepy eyes and this dude talking to dead people and them just they were. You look at it, it's like, okay, this would have been a really cool concept of what if you had these cops chasing a very disturbed suspect, but they were as disturbed themselves, maybe in a different way. But how effective can they be if they have problems of their own?
Especially if they exacerbated a situation.
Yes.
But
and that's what the problem is for me, because you have elements in here that could have made this a very different cop thriller, or a procedural, if you will. That what happens here is that you just have pretty much anywhere from, depending on who you're talking to, you'll have a lame to just a very average cop procedural. They just pretty much go through the motions. They have the bodies. They have a certain amount of clues for the killer. They think they have a suspect. Go out there and get them. And that's fine. Just like any kind of genre that you see out there, we don't expect them to do anything different. You go through the beats that we expect you to go through.
Sure.
But you liven it up with things that bring you in besides the story that you've seen before. The characters, maybe you change the situations around a little bit, but this is going by the numbers so much.
Yeah, you can have a by the numbers generic story, but it's your job to have these characters that are enjoyable, that suck you in as an audience member. You're like, if you do it right, you almost forget about the case because you're enjoying being with these people. Or at least you feel like you know who they are.
Yeah.
So if something happens to them, you care. And that's just, the two of them are just kind of talking.
Yep.
Barely to each other. You can't really figure out where their allegiances lie. Do they like each other? The only interesting thing is the sword hanging over your head of what did Denzel do? That's the one thing. And the only actor who's really coming in bringing something to this is Jared Leto, who is he's playing he's a chameleon. Yeah, I've never seen him be a character like this before. He was almost unrecognizable, but he doesn't come in until halfway through the movie.
Yeah, people, if you ask me, and again, I do this a lot, and maybe this is a fault of mine for coming in here and expecting my own movie, but I don't do this until after I've seen the film. And if there's nothing there, then I think like, okay, what was the potential that you had? And this movie did have a lot of potential. If you're starting out with a character like Denzel Washington's character in here, Joe Deacon, that's the character's name right there. If you start out with a character like Joe, who's got some secret, who's making him disturbed, and then we got a plot about two cops that might not be right, well, what you do is why not make Denzel the character that comes in, he does have this dark past that we don't know yet, but then he teams up with this new hotshot detective, Jim right here, and the reason why he wants to help him out is not just because he's that good of a detective, but he sees something that guy's like, that guy could become as obsessive and dark as I am, and maybe I should help him out before he goes down that path.
Sure.
Or maybe I see something in him that I want to help him out. Maybe two the crazy ass dudes together. That would have been something to really work with. But the reason why they didn't do that, and I tell you why, is because the reason why most of this movie is anywhere from average to lame, again depending on who you talk to, is because I feel like the movie had a twist before they had a story. They have this. There's something that happens at the end here, and it's not even that crazy of a twist. I mean, it's pseudo 7-ish, but they do something at the end of this movie, and I like what they did with it. But it's almost like, man, we got this really cool concept for this twist ending, or this third act, or this climax, and they had that, and it's like, all right, but let's just go ahead and write something. We can hurry and get to it, and I, with that. It's an impactful ending that could have been more impactful had it actually had a story that was that meant something. Jared Leto is great in the movie. For one, he cracks jokes, and he's more monotone than they are, and he has more life than they do. He cracks jokes. He truly is creepy. And the thing that goes on with his character, and what's really cool about the movie in the lead up to whatever's happening at the end with this film, is that the most clever thing they do with the film, they keep you guessing whether he did it or not, whether he's responsible for these murders, because they keep dropping these clues. You heard even the trailer. They keep saying, this guy, he confessed to a murder a long time ago that he wasn't even involved in. This guy, he's just nuts, but we have to follow through with him because he could be a suspect. So the movie is psychologically playing with you the whole time, playing with your head. While they're investigating this guy, are more people going to die because they're looking at the wrong person? Or is this the guy and he's just so clever that they can't nail him down? Or are the cops just so fucking stupid that he's just way smarter than they are and he gets away with it? Man, they pull some dumb
Do I get a vote on that?
People,
because when you talk about this being, what'd you say? Did you say an average movie or
lame?
Because I just thought, after realizing the movie's not that interesting, I just thought the movie was dull up until it got real stupid. Yeah. And what they start doing toward the end, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
People, they come up with a plan. I'm not going to tell you any of this. If you want to see the movie, fine, but you'll know when you see it. They come up with a plan, and they talk about that shit like it's the best plan ever. If me or you or any of y'all had been in that room, we would listen to that plan and been like, are y'all fucking serious?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest plan I've ever heard. That's what they do in comedies, man. Are you stupid? And you know what? It worked out in the movie. I give them this credit. It worked out just as stupid as I thought it would. Yeah, Denzel, my man, and it was him. They had him out there. I ain't gonna tell you why I got there, but they had his ass hanging on a pole. Oh shit! Hope I don't get caught. I was like, man, you deserve to get caught because that was a dumbass idea you had, both of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm probably making the movie now. Martin, I'm sure you liked it much less than I did because I didn't hate it, but I would tell you that, don't go expecting this to be like a movie that's so bad that it's laughable. It really is something that is just kind of, just kind of dull as you wait for things to happen. And believe me, because it does, with the dialogue being as drab as it is, and these guys being so flat and monotone, it is kind of boring in some parts because this is straight up 2 hours, a little bit, just a minute or two over 2 hours with credits. It's a movie that kind of feels like it's dragging, and I get why they did it. I understand why they did it because the whatever impact that they feel that the ending is going to have, the climax is going to have, they wanted to actually have these guys seem as mellow as they are. That's about as much as I can say about that. I understand why they made these characters like they are. I just think in making these characters that way, you really overestimated how they would carry this movie in that nature. And I was falling asleep in the middle of it a couple of times.
You just keep watching on. Why isn't this better?
Yeah, it should be, man. I mean, people, these cops sometimes they get so because they do a couple of dumb things, and the killer just making a fool out of them sometimes. I mean,
I started rooting for him after a while.
I was just about to say there are points in here where you almost start rooting for him, and you don't want to root for him because I mean, it depends on how you look at it, And I'm not gonna tell you how the movie turns out. If he's the killer, it's kind of like, all right, fuck you, but I mean, Jesus, these cops got coming, whatever's coming to them. Or if you're not the killer, then like, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Because they should know better. I do, in addition to just what they've done with small things, the hints of
the little thing.
and Denzel says that shit a
Take a
lot
drink
in the
every
movie.
time he says it.
It's
just
the little
just make
things.
sure the bottle's full when you start.
Jim, it's the little things. Yeah, man, shut up. Yeah, I don't hate it. And I understand what they're doing with it. I think it's just again ideas that they thought would work out one way, kind of misguided, where they worked out another, and just I guess cart before the horse situation. I really do feel like they thought about that ending before they thought about the rest of the movie. But there are some things I do appreciate about it. I already talked about how I appreciate the little clues that they give on the killer. What is the character's name in here that he plays? Albert. He got a creepy ass name.
Albert.
That's his name, Albert. Albert Sparma. And even then, he's stereotypical weird.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
There's nothing to really nail him down or what he's about.
He can't get normal light bulbs in his house like everybody. He's got to buy red and green.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom got to be all looking like blood and everything. He walks with a limp. He's always greasy.
Yeah, always greasy.
Always greasy, man. Always slimy. But again, Jared Leto is great in the role. Again, with the character being what he is, stereotypical weird or creepy. But I also like the 90s stuff they do here. This takes place in the 90s. And they actually tell you that at the beginning of the movie. And I like how they don't do a lot of 90s icon stuff in there. Mostly is with music. At the beginning of the movie, they're playing that song Rome by the B-52s, and the girl is singing and she's dressed up all 90s. But after that, what you get is just little spots here and there. Somebody's playing a Mortal Kombat video game. You got to catch the game as somebody's walking by. As they're in a girl's apartment, they have on the refrigerator, they got a flyer for what's that band with Gwen Stefani?
No Doubt.
No Doubt. They got a flyer for No Doubt playing in Hollywood, one of their early gigs and whatnot. And again, if you notice it, that's fine. If you don't, you're gonna watch the movie and be like, as you go along, oh, okay, why don't they use a cell phone? Oh, because they don't have any cell phones back then. Cinematography is pretty decent right here in certain parts, especially when they get into the evening scenes. It's very atmospheric. But outside of that, again, there's not much to. That's not much really for me to recommend this, man. If I was to be truthful to you, because I appreciate what they tried to do, but I was bored for a lot of it, and I hate that because I do think that ending. I would tell you, I do think that ending is pretty cool. That ending is there's a lot of morality to question there on all sides. And you can talk about how these cops are stupid and they probably had some things coming, but it does. If this had been a better movie, I could see people debating the end of this movie and talking about these characters and questioning their morality. If the movie was better, it's like, all right, cool ending. Wish the movie had been better. Really don't give a fuck about these characters. I'm gone here, So that's it with me. I'll let you wrap it up.
You don't have a rating?
I'll let you do your rating, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with you, except that I didn't think the ending was good. It's written and directed by John Hancock.
John Lee Hancock.
Yeah.
The Alamo, right?
The Alamo and The Blind Side
Yeah.
and just a bunch of stuff where it's like, yeah, nah, you're not that great director that maybe could have pulled this around. And it just seems like you got a bunch of actors, you know, as much as they're Oscar winners, they did not bring their A game to this whatsoever. Yeah, I couldn't recommend this movie. Matter of fact, it almost makes me mad that it has all the dressings and the money of a great movie that people will watch just because of who's in it, only to just see something that's like, man, you could have got so much more from just watching an episode or two of Law and Order. It was a high summer bullshit.
Yeah, see, I didn't hate this like that, man. Or I didn't dislike it. Like I don't dislike the movie. I think there's some good things on there, and some people, you know, I'm probably not one of them. I think some people would be interested to watch this as long as you're watching it on HBO Max. I don't think this is something that you really need to go to the theater for. The little parts in there I enjoyed, and I wish it just could have extended for the rest of the film. So I give it a rental, man. I give it just give it a rental. You know, it's just plain old rental. If you catch it, it's not gonna be a problem. If you don't, hey, you know, Godzilla be beating King Kong's ass in a few weeks. So, so yeah, there you go, folks.